Hello there everyone, and welcome to 2016. Even though that welcome was late, but oh well, what can you do? Anyway, moving on, even though we only just started, I'm going to be making a couple of changes to this setup. Now, as you know, back in March of last year, I actually got some new peripherals, including the MM200 gaming mouse mat, the M65 RGB mouse, and this. The Corsair K70 fully mechanical gaming keyboard. And this particular one has the Cherry MX Blue switches, which I absolutely love. Until I went to my local game recently. Now, there, they had a couple of keyboards on display, and I just thought, you know what, for a laugh, let's give them a try. The one of them was the Razer Black Widow Ultimate Chroma. Obviously, bear in mind none of these keyboards were plugged in. I gave it a try and I thought, it feels okay. This one had the Kale Green switches, which are very similar to Cherry MX Blue because they click and they have tactile feedback. But because I had a couple of problems with Razer products in the past, I had to avoid it for that reason. But then I tried another keyboard that was on to the left, which was a Logitech G910 Orion Spark. And after a couple of presses, I actually ended up really liking the feel of the switch, even though it was a proprietary one rather than Cherry MX. And I actually ended up liking not just the switch type, but the keyboard as a whole. So I kind of gave in to temptation at that point. So here it is. I picked one up, only literally just today, but not from game. No, I actually went to a Curry's PC World, which actually had these in stock. So, I guess you know what that means. Yeah, I'm going to unbox this thing, as is usual. It's hard to think really that I'm changing my keyboard so quickly, but hey ho, I've got a couple of plans needed. So with that, let's move you to one side for a second while I get everything sorted out here. I do apologise about the LED lighting. I can't help but how bright they are, and I can't switch them off. I'm fully aware of that. Now let's move on to the Orion Spark. Here it is. One thing that I noticed first of all when I picked this box up was, oh my god, was it heavy. And I'm not joking about that. It was really heavy, this box. But as you can see on the front, there's the keyboard. What do you expect? And it also tells you about the exclusive Roma G mechanical switches, which are up to 25% faster than Cherry MX switches. And of course it obviously has the RGB lighting and that, so there you go. On the other side we have a whole list of the functions here. So individually customizable G keys, and we also have individual key lighting, as is normal with LED mechanical keyboards. The Roma G switches again, and you've got the design for ARC's app control, which I will get to at some point later on. And I think that's pretty much all you need to know. So let's just open this thing up and let's see what's what, shall we? Okie-dokie. I'm going to break both. I'm going to break that one there, I think. Should do it. I'm just going to move the mouse just over there for a sec, just so it's out of the way. So this thing is rather big. Oh, didn't need to move it over, never mind. So let's get that into view. Come on out, out you come. Out you come, and there is a box within a box. And there's of course the Logitech gaming logo, as you can see there. Should all be on display, which it is, that's good. And again, I do apologise about the lighting, so let's put everything back in position and lift it up gently now. And there it is, there's the keyboard itself. No actual, it hasn't got any protective covering on it, but it does have some foam padding inside the box there, so that's quite useful. Keyboard, moving on. Let's actually take the keyboard out, and okay, that's actually a very heavy thing. So there's the actual key. Wow, that is a nice looking keyboard, if I ever say so myself. So we've got a wrist rest obviously attached. It actually comes with a second one, which I'll show you in a second. All the usual keys, which I'll show you. You've got your G keys up here, G keys there, macro functionality in the ARC stock, which pulls out like that, so you put your phone in there. You've got dedicated media controls up here, including volume, mute, Windows lock key, which I think is that one, and that's your brightness control, which they're not mechanical, which is understandable. The volume control is quite nice though, I will say that. And the cable should be nice and long, but it's not braided, unlike the K70, but oh well, can't be out there. So where do I put that for the time being? So what, keep it on my lap. Keep it on the lap, that'll do. Then you've got instruction manuals. Then you've got, there's the other wrist rest, which I need to pull out first, which I'm actually going to be using this wrist rest, so then I can, so it'll actually be look a little bit more bulky, I suppose, so that I will be using. So let's get you out of the way, and let's pop you on the desk, like so. Well, straight away, because the DAC's in the way, I've got to figure out a route for the wire, but it shouldn't be too bad. I mean, the cable's really heavy duty anyway, and again I'm going to have it nice and flat, even though on the underside, which I'll show you, there you've got Logitech G910 model number Orion Spark. You've got your flip out feet, which are rubberized as well, so you've got nice little bits of grip on that. That's nice. But I don't really like having a keyboard up, tilted up high, so I'm going to mainly have it flat on here. So I think with that, let's get this thing plugged in, shall we? Would be ideal, wouldn't it? Otherwise I wouldn't be able to type anymore. Okay, we're in, we're plugged in, we're live, everything's working, and we're all ready to go. So I think it's so obvious at this point that we ought to do the obligatory typing test, I suppose. So let's actually hear the sound now of the Logitech's and Omron's exclusive Roma G key switch. And just for comparison's sake, let's hear the sound of the Cherry MX Blue switch. I know it's a bit of a crap comparison, but it's all I have to compare it to. Alright, now we've actually got everything installed, I might as well go through the software. So let's open up the Logitech gaming software. So I'm just going to move that up to there. So then software up here, obviously the actual keyboard down there so you can actually see what happens live. So let's actually go through what we have here. So we've got the G functions here. So you can assign different macros for all different games. So for instance, Assetto Corsair here. We have all of the functions here that we can assign to all of the G keys up here. Any 9 of the G keys will work. Say for instance also Project Cars as well, we have that on there as well. But I usually use the default profile anyway. Then we have the Windows lock function. So you can use this on particular games, which will obviously lock the Windows key, as is standard. I think that's a little bit sticky, I'll admit, which I might need to look into at some point. Then you've got, and now we come on to the most important part, obviously, the lighting background. So this is on the standard lighting, so it's the standard blue, which is basically the theme for, it seems to be the theme for Logitech, because they go for blue, Razer go for Razer go for green, Corsair go for yellow, and Asus obviously go for red. So, who's gonna take purple? Ducky? I don't know. Anyway, let's actually go through all the different lighting effects that we've got. So we've got lighting mode here, which is freestyle. So then basically we can choose whatever key we want to be different colours. So in this case I'm choosing just a whole load to be red. And I will actually say, in videos, the red hasn't been fully red. In this case, well, I'm actually looking at it's most definitely red. So I can definitely reassure you of that one. So let's return that all back to the stock ones. And you can highlight a whole bank of them if you want them to change back, like that. Then you've got, say, the lighting mode, so you can actually choose each different lighting mode. So this is more like the gaming centric keys up here that are going to be used. So then you can, and then you can of course select all the different lighting zones for each different colour here, and you can add and delete them as and when you want to. How do you change the actual zones on here? No. Delete that selected zone, yep, that's gone. What I need to do is actually find out the different lighting modes. So the command mode, so these are all the active gaming keys, and they are actually in different colours. And you can also set the inactive gaming colour. So in this case, let's set the inactive gaming colour green, like that. So then you can kind of tell which is which. Or you can set them to black if you so desire, so they're off. So you can purely see these ones and purely focus on those keys. Then, if I go back to zones, I'm pretty sure you've got different modes, I believe, on these. I don't know where you can actually find those modes, will admit that. Because I know there's certain modes you can have for, let's say, FPS games or MMO games. Where you can find them, I don't know. I think it's going to be a case of look for it, basically. Because I have no clue on where they are. But let's actually go on to the effect. So this one is actually set to the colour wave, where it's going all horizontal. It'll only go left and right. It won't go right to left. That's the only thing. But you can change the speed. So this is set to the slowest possible speed, as you can see. Or we can have it going really fast, and it all goes into a rave, basically. But you can also set the direction. So let's slow it down a little bit. And let's set the direction to vertical, so that goes from top to bottom. But again, you can't change the direction from going, say, bottom to top. Or you can have it going from the centre outward like that. So that's actually really cool. I do like that. You can also set a fixed colour. So in this case, say this is all set to the standardised blue, and then let's say I can set it to the standardised green like that. And even the logo lights up. And that's actually slightly see-through as well, which I actually quite like. So that they're set to the standard colours, so let's set that back to that blue one there. Then you have breathing, so then you can set the lights to breathe on and off nice and slowly or nice and quickly. And again, you can change the colour, and in this case, so there it is as fast, and there it is nice and slow. So just nice, gives a nice subtle effect. Star effect, which I actually really do like the look of, because only certain keys will light up, and it's completely random. So let's say we set the sky colour to, let's say, green on this one. And we set the star colour to white. Let's have a look at that. Okay, that's pretty cool. I do like that. It's very subtle, these colours, and it's actually really nice to see it. I do quite like that one, actually. So then you got colour cycle, where it will just cycle through all the colours that are available. And again, you can have it really fast like that, so it looks like a rave, or it can be really slow and nice and subtle. The only ones that don't change colours are the command keys up here, for the media keys, the lighting control, and the Windows lock key as well. They're the only ones that don't actually change. And then of course you've got colour wave, which we looked at, which I'll set back to horizontal there. And then you've got key press. This is where you can actually have the colour come up on a particular key press. So let's say background colour is completely black, and we set the key press colour to green. So let's see what happens now when we press it. So only those ones light up, but when we press keys, like that, they light up, and they just fade out quite nicely as well, which is actually pretty cool to look at. Yeah, I do like that one. And again, you can change the speed on how they go out. So let's say they're set to slow, so that will slowly fade out like so. Or you can have it set to fast, where it just goes like that. And again, you can set the background colour, so let's set the background colour to white. So They are completely white from what I can see, but it might not show up white to you. But again, type away and then they go green like that. So that's pretty much the lighting effects. I will have a look at the zones at some point so then I can actually work out how this thing actually works. I will come back to that some other time. But then you've got the heat map. And the heat map, basically, it will actually determine what keys are pressed the most. So key press heat map, so it will tell you what keys are pressed the most when it actually gets going. But then again, I haven't really used this keyboard that much yet, so I wouldn't really know. And then you've got the duration heat map that shows how long each key is pressed. So you can see there, blue shows up like that, then it goes green. That's actually pretty cool, I like that. Then you've got the key press, which comes up like that. And then it will actually determine which keys are pressed the most, which keys are not that pressed the most. I think that is a bit of a gimmick, if you ask me, but then you can change the colours, which actually looks kind of cool, I guess. That I'm not really going to be worried about, but it's more the lighting controls that I really do like. So let's actually go back now to one of the lighting modes that I had. Let's go on to Star Effect. Let's actually set the sky colour to white and the star colour to green. Look at that, ain't that lovely? And that pretty much sums up the lighting modes, I guess. So there you go. Well, that pretty much covers the unboxing of the G910 then. Yeah, I will apologise in advance because the audio, when I was checking out the software, for the microphone at least, went wrong, so I had to use camera audio on that one. And as for the ARX Control app on my phone, I will have a look at it at some point. I just need to learn how to actually use it properly, and also the lighting effects on this as well. But I really do like the lighting effects for a lot of obvious reasons. One thing I will say about the K70's lighting, it wasn't as it was really bright. This isn't as straining on my eyes, which is actually really beneficial for me. So that is actually one good thing. And I do like the ARX control, the ARX dock there, which is actually pretty cool. I do like that. It's just quite useful. But as for the K70, well, I do have a couple of ideas for this. I'm definitely not going to waste it. That's the one thing. I'm definitely not going to be wasting this keyboard because it is too nice to just give away or sell. But I do have an idea for it. I mean, that's why I bought a little table from IKEA today as well while I was getting this. And I think with that pretty much covers it. Sorry if I haven't covered quite everything, but hey ho, I wanted to get this done as soon as possible because it's getting late. So thank you very much for watching my unboxing and my first look. Well, that's not really the first look, but a look at the Logitech G910 Orion Spark mechanical gaming keyboard. If you enjoyed this video for some reason, you can give it a like if you want to, and even hit that subscribe button if you want to see some more stuff from me. So with that, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.